Hi, I'm Erin Elmore filling in for John Tobacco on Liquid Lunch. If you guys were tuning in at the beginning of the show, I totally blew it. I made a huge mistake and I'm sorry. I was telling all of you it was October 12th. It's October 13th by I have on a watch, I have a computer, and I have an iPhone. So I'm sorry, but that leads me to a piece of good news. I also told you it was 80 days until 2020 was over. Makes it 79 days. So that's even better news. I apologize for that. I don't know. I must have had a Joe Biden moment. I apologize for that. I am Erin Elmore. Like I said, I was a contestant on The Apprentice with Donald Trump. So I know the guy. I love the guy, and I'm here to talk about him. We're going to talk about everything today, and we have some great guests, and I apologize for my gaffe, but let me ask you guys. Getting the date wrong is something we can all do, all right? That happens to the best of us. We're busy, we're running around. But when you're running for president, do you think you should say you're running for Senate? Take a listen and let me know what you think.
You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate.
So I thought that must have been an old clip, that this was something from a while ago. He's gotten a lot better. No. Modern day time. He once again forgot that he was running for president. To me, that's really bad. Also, he made a massive gaffe. He forgot Mitt Romney's name and said, you know, when I was running against that Mormon guy. I think that's worse in a way because it's almost an insult to his religion. We already know that the left despises religion and wants to chastise someone for their religion. So it's almost a slur, if you will. He's talking down, you know, that Mormon guy. It's not only he's forgetting his name, but he's talking down to religion. And if anyone knows anything about Communism 101, Socialism 101, when those governments come in, the first thing they do is they get rid of religion, because religion gives you a feeling and an emotion and a devotion that's higher than you, that's more important than you or your government. But the government wants to be the most important thing in those situations. So they get rid of the religion because you're completely void of faith and don't believe in anything. So you have to believe in the government. And that's what Democrats want. And that's what's really scary. And, you know, our president yesterday, he came out, he said he's going to do a slew of events in person. And of course, the left says, that's such a risk. Never is a BLM protest a risk. Never is that risky. But whenever our president does something that's risky. However, is it risky? I know the president just tweeted about this. Joe Biden's touching his mask, coughing, and then touching his face and putting his mask back on. How is that helping the American people be safe? And I believe also in terms of safety, the CDC, you can look it up, just came out with a new study that says most of the people that got coronavirus were wearing masks. What does that tell all of these mask wearing sheep? Sorry, I know it's the singular of the plural, you know. What does that tell you? That they don't work? I'll show you my mask, okay? And I've already had coronavirus, so I, like the president, am immune, so I can go out and kiss the pretty ladies and kiss everyone in the audience. So you have a host like a president who is immune. But if someone, and I'm an attorney, and so when someone writes a law that isn't strong enough or enforces a regulation that's not strong enough, then, write stupid laws, win stupid prizes. This is my mask, okay? I don't know if you can see it. It's relatively sheer. It's breathable. Well, if you're going to just mandate that I wear a mask, then I'm going to wear the mask of my choosing. Because these laws, these regulations are not only tyrannical, but they're nonsensical. So if everyone that's wearing a mask is still getting corona, why are we wearing masks? And I also saw another meme online the other day. It said, why are we so outraged at the non-mask wearers? By your school of thought, we would all be dead by now. You know, if masks save lives, then why are we all still alive? I find the whole thing, I just find the whole thing to be so hypocritical and nonsensical. And that's why I'm really excited for my next guest, Dylan Howard. He wrote a book on this, so we'll be talking to him next. So make sure you stay tuned. But another one of my favorite people, we got to talk about her. I call her my more beautiful, younger, smarter sister. They call her Fog City Midge. If you're not following her online, you should. And shout out to Maggie. She's a lovely girl. She does great viral content, and she's a big Trump supporter. I have a clip of her. Let's roll the clip, and then we'll talk about it. Take a look.
I am taking one for the team, taking off my MAGA hat, and going undercover as a Biden supporter. You guys voting? Anybody want to do a quick interview for?
Good, but we are voting.
Are you voting in November?
Yes.
Are you voting for Biden?
No.
Voting! I'm voting!
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Trump because I care about this country.
Can you name an accomplishment of Joe Biden's 47-year career?
Oh. Probably not.
What's your favorite accomplishment of his?
I don't know.
You said Joe Biden's a pedophile? Because he touches kids and sniffs them and does weird stuff?
Of course.
You voting for Joe Biden?
Not on my life.
Not on my life, he says. So that I'm getting a lot of that out here. And this is a Democrat area.
So that was amazing. First of all, I need to know where Fog City Midge, aka Maggie, was doing that, because everywhere I go in liberal Philadelphia, all I see is Biden signs. I haven't seen one Trump sign. But I love the responses that she got. But if the other hat was on her head, if it was a MAGA hat and she was somewhere here, all those Trump people, they were pretty nice to her given the whole situation. The other way around, I doubt it. And I will say she's probably the most comely, if you will, a comely Biden supporter. Very put together. She looks like she smells good. Her shirt was ironed. Her hair was combed. She looked beautiful. So kudos to her for that. But I want to know where she was to get such Trump love, because I think I'm moving there. I'm packing my bags and going today because it's so nice to see such love for Trump. And I have one more thing I wanted to talk with you guys about. So I live in Philadelphia, okay? And the looting and the rioting is it was not Portland level, but they're calling it the Portland of the East. All of the stores were boarded up. Glass was smashed out of nearly every bank. ATMs were stolen. There were helicopters overhead, searchlights everywhere, police on the ground, screaming, gunshots. It was terrible. It was a horrible scene. And the Democrats at first, failed to acknowledge that they were riots and didn't admit it. And then they realized with the polling, oh, wait, we're scaring away all of our suburban voters. We have to sort of denounce this. But my problem is rioting doesn't translate into any societal change. Point to one time when rioting has led to positive societal change. I don't think there's one instance in the history of our country that has actually effectuated change. So in LA, you would think this was something fun, a change of pace. The Lakers win the basketball series, the NBA, whatever it's called, the NBA playoffs. I don't watch sports, especially not with all this kneeling. And I will say this, I think we have a quick clip. I don't know if we have time to show it. We have a tweet about it. They rioted, okay? The Lakers win, and guess what they do? You can't even celebrate a win and be happy. You're going to riot and loot. Shame on you. A free pair of sneakers stolen is never a way to effectuate social change. Take a look at the clip.
Other objects at the police, and the crowd began to disperse as those LAPD units pulled into reverse, going backwards on Figueroa Street. You can see the crowd has dispersed a little bit. Still, though, we are talking now upwards of 1,500 to 2,000 people that have crowded Figueroa Street right in front of the Staples Center. You can see they have kind of given themselves a little more space now after those cruisers emptied out with police and riot gear. You can see the helicopter